All right. Hi, yoga hippie. Take two. Dude. Okay, so if you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're not new, welcome. Welcome back. My name's Kristina Long. And if you don't know, I have been living in my Prius on and off since 2018. And my channel is about, it will be about travel, which I have done some traveling this year, but I'm planning to get back onto traveling like I used to travel. I don't know that it'll be like that either. It'll be whatever the new way of living is that I come to know in the next year, because it's definitely changing. And that's what this video in particular is about still like being reminded and learning to let go. And I can't do anything about the planes because the plane track is like right over my head. So hopefully it's not too loud and you can hear. So anyway, I wanted to talk about some of the things I've been learning, and so I was joking with my daughter today, and I was telling her I just had to come out of the woo-woo closet, and she was like, haven't you already done that? So I think I'm just gonna get more woo-woo as time progresses, because it's just pretty profound. So one of the things that Spirit does, in case you're new to my channel and you don't know, I have been on a spiritual awakening. I guess I was already on it and then became clearly aware of it when Spirit revealed itself. See, this is the kind of stuff that I don't talk about out loud to people very much because it makes me uncomfortable because it's just very not normal conversation or words to be flown out of my mouth. But I can't deny it, man. It is the way it is, right? It's not born again Christianity. It's so much more than that. But when Spirit revealed itself to me is the only way I know how to explain that, and poured love into my heart and literally changed the way I see everything, including the colors in the sky. For real. I thought I was crazy until I Googled it. And I was a few months into this. Like one day I'd finally just said something to my daughter, like, I think I might be crazy because I think maybe I felt like I'm somewhat on a perpetual low dose, micro dose mushroom trip all the time. I'm like super happy, and yeah, colors are way more vibrant, and it was really shocking to me at first, and it started right away. So, I walked outside and I was just like, wow, everything looks slightly different. And then the lines of things, of buildings and shapes looked more lines. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I know it sounds crazy, but if you Google symptoms of a spiritual awakening, which I Googled after I was thinking, I think I might have lost my mind, and maybe all the drug use from my former crazy past caught up with me. I was actually relieved when I read about it. I was like, oh my God, I'm not crazy. Oh God, thank you. I guess I might still be crazy, but not crazy in the sense that I thought I was. So anyway, so Spirit does this thing where it's kind of like tap tap, yeah, I'm here, tap tap, haha, look, I'm in charge and you're not. So the other day I was talking to this gentleman at the grocery store that I go to out here in Ocean Beach all the time, called People's, and I just love this place. And so if you don't know anything about Ocean Beach, it's just full of a bunch of hippies, and I fit right in because I'm totally a hippie, and there's definitely some dirty ass hippies here. I love them too, but I don't really like my feet being all dirty, so I don't really classify as a dirty hippie. But I'm sort of like a clean hippie. But I just love all the people, and I love all the hippies. And so one of the hippies that I talked to up at this People's Organic Market is a really deep thinking kind of a guy, and he kind of reminds me of my son, so he's really fun to converse with. And he is on a spiritual awakening as well, but he is a believer of this thing called the Aetherius Society, and he kept talking about it, and the leader of this is Dr. George King, and I didn't know anything about it, you know, so I'm laughing because I'm about to tell you what it's about, and it's crazy sounding. So, and I want to go ahead and give this disclaimer. I'm not about to join the Aetherius Society. I don't believe that that's my way to spirit. I feel like my way to spirit was Reiki Tumo, and I feel like now I'm just on my own journey of sorts, and I don't really want to ever, I think because of my past experience with Christianity, I don't really have any interest of associating myself with any sect of religion. But I think it's really fascinating, and it always has been fascinating to me, because I've always held this belief that all paths lead to God. So anyway, I have always been interested in learning about all the other paths that people take to God. And anyway, fascinating. So I read about the Aetherius Society after talking to this gentleman and having a great conversation with him. And basically, this guy George King was visited by extraterrestrials in I don't know, 1940 or 50 or 60 something. Anyway, he's developed this whole society, and it's based in LA, and he's from Canada, I think, but moved to LA and lived out the rest of his life there. So they're all great people. They're just interested in helping people, and they promote this type of yoga called King Yoga, which is largely breath work centered. And anyhow, this is not a video about the Aetherius Society. However, it is interesting to read about. And I happened to be telling one of my coworkers about it, about my conversation with Andrew. And I was like, also, incidentally, my son's middle name is, well, his first name is Andrew, and but we don't call him Andrew, we call him Gage. But anyway, so it's also the other thing that's funny, because he reminds me of my son a little bit, although my son is way more like a funny kind of a guy. This guy is a young guy like my son, and we're just friends completely, but he's very serious, but it's really great to talk to him. So anyway, I was telling my friend at work about this conversation, and then about my resulting learning about these aliens. And I was like, I don't know. I believe that they're aliens. Do you believe that they're aliens? And we were having a little short conversation, literally, while we were about to go into separate rooms to massage these two girlfriends that had showed up together to get massages and facials for one of the girls' birthdays. 7 minutes in, I finally get to this point. So I go in there, and when I undrape this lady's back, or this girl's back, she's a young girl, she has a lot of little tattoos, but one of her tattoos is like a little face of an alien about that big. And I was like, dude, Spirit, you have such a sense of humor, and you're just showing me again how profound it is that you know everything before I even know it. And I'm just like, I'm that who, when Horton hears a who, I'm on a dandelion. That's what I am. I'm a speck on a dandelion in this world. And so now I'm going to have to get a dandelion tattooed on my body somewhere, which I've actually seen several of those tattoos while I've been in the massage career. Lots of people have those, and I think it makes a lot of sense to me now. And that's the first thing I thought of was Horton hears a who. I'm just a speck, and it's all happening for me. It's all happening for you. It's all happened before now. It's all laid out, and we just have to believe, which is the last tattoo I got, the word believe. We just have to believe that it's everything's perfect. Everything's the way it's meant to be. Everything's fine. That's what I like to say a lot of times when I get annoyed with something. I'm like, you know what? It's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. So I wanted to encourage you with that. If you feel lost, I've felt kind of stuck and lost, and sort of like in this holding pattern of waiting to see, right? This is the other part that I wanted to talk about in my little video here today. is that I'm waiting to see what's next, right? Because I have gone through all these trainings, and now I'm wanting to like put it into like a magical career and get out of massaging because it's hurting my hand, and I'm having all these lessons with my hand in particular, and that's like a whole nother story. But for now, we're going to focus on this one because I only have a few minutes left, and I want to say that I realized today when I was talking to a very good friend of mine, Angelica. She's one, this is upside down, but I also have this on a necklace. So me and two of my friends are camping buddies. Anyway, this was made. Angelica had this made for us, and then all three of us got tattooed on our arm. It's a camping tattoo. So it's like a tent with some stars on the moon because we sat and looked at them for hours, and it was like the first weekend that we all really bonded. So I was talking to her, and I realized we were just Snapchatting conversation, and I was like, oh my God, I just tried to be reminded of it again, that I'm trying to figure it out, and it's already figured out. And my job, the only job I have outside of making steps, to make life happen once I start to feel those internal knowings from my intuition, through whether it's being open to a conversation or an experience or a person or a situation that helps me to feel like I should walk through that door and open it and walk through it. It's my job only to be content and happy in my current situation. So not thinking it'll be better when I have a van, it'll be better when I am not massaging, my money situation will get better when, when I'm able to work more again, because I've had to cut back. So I'm working like 3 or 4 shifts a week right now because of my hand. So my income is definitely reduced like several $100s because of this. And, paycheck, like $300 to $500 less every 2 weeks, so about $1,000 a month that I'm less now since like June or July, and so I now I'm sort of like, I don't know, like I don't really at this moment with my job situation, I must be in my car, so I guess it's a good thing that I'm already in it. It's okay. I'm choosing to be in it, and it's all good. And I know this is all temporary, right? So, but anyway, that was what I realized, was like, oh my God, I'm trying to figure it out, and I'm just supposed to be happy and content and send out that vibration, and then the universe will bring that back to me. And abundance is everywhere. Like, I got a free $4 cookie at this vegetarian vegan restaurant that's expensive. Also got my meal $1 less that same night, and didn't have to tip the lady. I mean, not that I wouldn't want to, but I was, I'm watching all my money. And anyway, because she couldn't give me change for my 20, so she just took what I had, and I had $13 of the $14 bill, and she's like, don't worry about tipping me. And then later gives me a cookie for free. I'm just like, what? So like that kind of stuff is happening all the time. So I want to tell you that even if you feel confused or lost or whatever, to remember that we have to be grateful, and that gratitude is the most important part of anything. Being grateful. I'm grateful I have my car. I'm grateful that I can live in it. I'm grateful that I have a job still at this day spa, and that I'm able to still massage people even if I'm trained not to use my hand or sometimes it hurts. I'm grateful that I have, the ability to live in a place that's normally sunny. Today it's raining, which is kind of exciting because it doesn't ever do that. It's the first storm of the season. It's like end of November. And I'm thankful that Mercury is out of retrograde as of today. It's done. Sorry. So that's good stuff too. I'm thankful. Oh, and I just keep learning things about myself, but this also keep learning what a different person I am from before, and I'm grateful for that too. I'm grateful for everything that I've gone through, and all the things that I continue to learn and go through in my life, to realize that we're all connected, and it's all about love and loving one another and loving ourselves. So I want to encourage you to like my video and subscribe for more, and to tell you that I love you and that I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'm grateful for you too.